I was talking last time, we were talking about this tool called vulnerability inquiry from Scott Kilby, and you know, I use it a lot. I use it a lot. The purpose is of actually meeting, becoming more aware of what am I feeling right now, and making it conscious. Because I don't know how you guys, probably you are kind of similar, but my feelings are not coming very crisp. It's more like a tension or like a state or like a also for many of us, we have the mind is very busy, so the layer of the mind and the mental are covering the emotional body. So this tool is to, and actually I want to recommend to you guys, I forgot to say last time, but this is like this is very practical to whenever you are feeling something about the day as something in the body or some slight emotional, if you have time and you can, to just take a moment and notice where is it, and then if you have some sense, what kind of emotion is this? And keep it simple, you know, sad, fear, shame, hatred, sad, shame, all of this, and the combination, discouraged. But keep it simple, like sad, mad, glad, shame, fear. And so the idea is to see where it is, and then to, if you have a sense what it is, you can just make it conscious as the thought, because in the state there is the state, and then there's the thought. There's the me feeling and the me thought. We just make it I'm sad, sad, sad. This vulnerability inquiry is also like, even if I know, that's what I do sometimes, I know that I'm sad, but it's a little bit stuck in the pipes. I'm like, I'm not sad, I'm not. And then it brings it more like, no, man, I'm sad, man. Or I'm not angry about this situation. I'm not angry. No, I am angry. Yeah. So this can be done in a slow way, like, no, I am angry, and I'm aware of this voice, of this thought, or I am sad, I'm afraid, and you're deeply aware of this thought form and the energy. Yeah, this is important because usually we are disjointed. So this thing, which seems so basic, it allows to have the mind component and the feeling component and awareness in the same place. This will save a lot of spinning in the head with, you know, if we can go straight for the emotion. Usually I ask even sophisticated people, like, what's going on? What do you feel? It's like, well, I feel like they this and they did this and nobody cares and this and that. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not angry. No, I am angry now. I am angry. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm afraid. Yeah. And so the idea is to make this conscious. This actually ultimately regulates our system by making it conscious. It's like, oh, okay. Also, we get more clarity. What am I dealing with? Yeah. Now, the tool that I wanted to share with you guys is, and some of you are familiar with it, and it's very important for this repression work. And actually, you know, what I'm dealing with, or what you guys dealing with, we have the repression mechanism from the past, like years of not allowing that to come. Myself, for me, it was a grief and fear. He was pushed down. And I learned through copying my father, and for whatever reasons, I never taught. And although my father didn't say, hey, my son, don't feel your sadness and be strong. He never said that, man. He never said that. And he was a good guy. But that's what I got. When I'm doing deeper inquiry work and I have a strong emotion coming up, there's sometimes resistance to it. And I do this reverse inquiry, like it's okay to feel this. And sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's like, no. Be strong. Don't feel this. Don't feel it. So, and then my image of my father comes. So somehow there's this, we get this through imitation, through downloading. We get downloaded their mechanism. Or we learned as a kid, like, man, I can't be just pissed up like this, because then I won't get what I want. I will be even more in trouble. So we learn to be nice. So anyway, we have all of these things. Okay, so coming back to my thought here was that, and I'm going to get to the tool, okay? But these are if we just go to the tool, it's very technical. And it's like, dude, what the fuck is this? It's dry. So it's good to have a little context. So we have years of mechanism of repression, to the point that feeling doesn't even come, or when it arises a little bit, it goes back down, and it goes into, it shows up as a chronic pain or chronic tensions, or it shows up as some malaise, some state of like blah. Actually, I worked with someone today and they had like blah. I don't know, lack of motivation. And so when we looked into it, that blah was like fear and sadness, various things happened that didn't even know they were like there, but they were like, and then we did some, I stirred it to the point that there was like fear, sadness, and some meanings. And there was no more blah. It was like, great. Yeah, so we are dealing with these mechanisms from the past. And on top of that, in the present, we are dealing with suppression. Suppression is that, I don't like this, man. Fuck this. I want to watch a movie now. I don't like this. I'm going to smoke. I don't want to feel it. There is some fear of feeling that we can be conscious of. Yeah. Also, sometimes we don't have time. We have to work. I didn't have time. I woke up, I felt like shit. And I knew that like I need to go into it. I was like, fuck. And I was like, so I needed to suppress it in order to work, to function, to get it together, So, also, I don't know, I mean, you guys, I highly recommend to watch the 4 parts discussion with Scott Killaby on the road to embodied freedom, a road to embodied freedom. Yeah. Where I lost the thought. Oh yeah, I found it again. It came back. A lot of some of us have strong deficiency stories that are active. I'm bad, I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable, something wrong with me, people don't like me, or something. These are on top of this deep fear, deep sadness, anger, hatred. Actually, it's important. We can't go to this deep layer of repression and deep feelings. We can't go straight there. We have to go through these layers of mind that is tortured mind and make it more conscious, be more aware of it, loosen it up, see that it's bullshit. but it still feels that I'm alone, or still feels that there's something wrong with me. But we need to loosen up these files of deficiency story identity, deficiency identity. But they still remain as somehow believable. So why they remain as believable is that we have these feelings, old feelings that are pushed down, and new feelings that are suppressed. So, and this also creates stress in the body and tensions, and you have to drink, you have to do a bunch of stuff, smoke. So my experience with myself and others is that sooner or later to go in this third dimension with someone first a few times, but then start to incorporate these kind of tools in a day-to-day practice. All right, so the tool that I wanted to introduce is this called body-mind mirroring. Many of you know it, body-mind mirroring. So this is like that. I mean, you can start, it's a little bit quiet, but now I'm doing it as I'm driving. I'm doing when it's happening. I'm doing it. It's portable. Yeah. Which is, okay, so if I have a certain thought that is a strong thought, I'm just make it conscious, and then I notice where is some energy connected with this thought. Oh, it's in my chest. Okay, so I have the thought and I have the location, some corresponding location in the body. Where do I feel this? And of course, you need to do some preliminary work to be more in touch with your body and to feel stuff. Yeah. Another way to go is that I have some tension or some contraction, and I don't have a thought, but there's something there. So then again, to notice where that tension or energy is, allow it. First of all, it's allow it. And see, what does it say? Yeah, this is the simple mining. We talked about this in first module. Oh, there's something here and it says, usually may say first some thought, but it will take some time to get to actual feeling. Like I'm afraid, I'm sad, I am something. Yeah. So then the body-mind mirroring exercise is to consciously repeat this. So this is not just witnessing one at a time, oh, like for me, I have intense stuff now. So it's not just the random thoughts. So it comes like, she's gone. Yeah, so the one way to do it is to witness it one at a time. She's gone. Okay, and feel like this. This will be more like level 1 KI, to witness one at a time. But to work at this deeper stuff, we need to get to the energies. So there's this body-mind mirroring is to repeat consciously that thought while you are having the attention into where you feel the energy. Yeah. And so in awareness is here, obviously. Awareness is aware of the thought, of the voice repeating, and is aware of the area. And the idea is like you are, it's almost like the thought is like you are shooting it into the energy where it came from. And we just repeat it consciously, whispering to ourselves or silently. It's good to kind of do it out loud whenever possible. So this is a way to make it super conscious. So it's like, oh, okay, this is what it says, and it feels here. And somehow it's like some kind of facing it and not running away from it, and and it minds out, it kind of goes to the energies in the body, you know, it's not just thought here. So it will be like that, let's say.
Would you say she's gone, or would you say the feeling is attached to the thought? Would you say unset or whatever?
Yeah. Okay, well, this is like a body-mind mirroring, which prepares for what's calls the intentional rapid fire, which we work with trauma commands and this or that. So you can just do what it says. You do it what it says, and you do it for some time, and then the thought may shift. There'll be another thought, and then you go with the other new thought, or the energy may shift. It may go somewhere else. And yeah, so I'll give you an example. So you can do it either way. So as you said, it would be like, I definitely feel in my chest things. As I started talking about these things, with you guys, I started to feel pretty strong in my chest. Although, as I told you, I did a lot of allowing and processing, so I was feeling good. So anyway, let's just go for it. So let's say that I have a memory, because something happened, I have a memory. A memory. I see this image. I boomerang the image. What does this image mean? I just go with it. I just model it. I don't know. So okay, she's gone. She's gone. That's what it says, and I feel here something. So I'm going to almost repeat consciously these words into this energy as if I fire them into it. Obviously, it's important I want to not resist this. If I don't want to feel this, then I make it much harder on myself. So it will be, first of all, hey, it's okay to allow this energy now here. Okay, it's okay. Okay, she's gone. 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 For me, the energy gets now much more, it's like sharp, and she's gone. She's gone. Okay, switched. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. I am alone. I am alone. Here it's important not just to repeat words like wah, 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 but I keep the attention where the energy is, and almost I try to put the words back in there. And also I'm aware of the voice, because I'm not the voice. Obviously, we hear the voice. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. You can do it either faster or you can do it slower. You can play with it. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. Okay, I go with it. You guys may have not so intense stuff. And also, what I'm saying is intense, but actually I'm feeling pretty okay. So, yeah. I am afraid. I'm 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 afraid. Yeah, it's kind of changing the thing there. So, all right. So the idea is, the important thing is to keep your awareness into where's that energy, because there's something meaningful about that energy. See what it says, and you fire it back into there. So body-mind mirroring. Keep the mind where the body is, and awareness is here. Okay, now this, let's say, can actually get me into more material. This can get me into, I mean, I've just done some, so that's what I do sometimes when I have material that is stuck on. It's like I have this thing, but there's also resistance. I have resistance of feeling it. I don't want to. There's like so then I go like this. I'm intentionally kind of, because now I don't feel sad. I don't feel fear. I feel like a strong contraction. You know what I mean? So I usually use this technique to open up the file, which at some point then it will go into actual crying or sad, or sometimes it may go into, it's like completely disperses. Even when I cry and whatever is intense, if I stay with it, then actually cry, and then it's like it releases. Don't do this technique in order to get rid of the feeling. That would be another fucking technique to not feel. Yeah. Yeah. Also, this level of third dimension practices, the tools we kind of, they are like connect to each other. So I would do like, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad. So I do body mind mirroring. Then I go into, it's okay to feel sad now. It's okay. It's okay to feel sad. I'm not afraid to feel sad now. Yeah, so I'm making sure that I don't resist it. Then be like, yeah. I can even go into, because I know this is a tender part of me, young child, inner child, let's say, child state. If something is really deep and vulnerable, I sometimes go and say this, hey, it's okay that you are sad. Thank you for coming to me. Thank you for coming. I love you. You can stay as long as you need. That's another inquiry. Thank you for coming. You can stay as long as you need. This is more gentle. Usually diminishes the resistance to feeling, and this either relaxes or it gets more like crying, which for me is good, because for me it was held back, you know what I mean? Like the child, the energies are like, oh yeah, man, I don't have to hold it back alone in my room alone and stay like this, So I do this. It's okay. This I go into this, which would be like they call stacking or resistance inquiry. I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad. I can feel this now. It's okay to feel and allow this now. Yeah, if it flows, then it's good. Feel it more. And then again, I'm sad, man. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad. Or I'm angry, or whatever you have. Doesn't have to be sad. Then if I do this, I want to feel this now. Sometimes it comes, no, man, no. So I go into that. I body mind mirror that. No, fuck this, man, fuck this. I hate this feeling. I hate it. And I put it back. It's important to, that's why initially, let's say I work with someone and I hold the space and I keep them on track, because they may kind of go for it. It's harder to do it alone, but it's the way to go. And especially some of you have done it multiple times with me or someone else. So this work is good to keep at it, especially when you have strong material. Okay, so I go into no, I don't, I hate it. I hate this feeling. Then, strangely enough, as I am articulating, making conscious this not wanting to feel it, still I'm feeling it. And then some other feeling comes the I hate it. Why? I'm not afraid to feel this. I'm afraid. Sometimes when it's really intense, that's what comes from me. I'm afraid to feel it. I'm afraid to feel it. Yeah, so I keep, I'm meeting the fear of the feeling. Okay, so go and do that. So the other tools. So anyway, this body mind mirroring is used for many of these third dimension tools. And sometimes, I mean, for me, this is great when that happens, although it's a little bit disturbing. So the sad, I'm sad, and then it goes into I'm afraid. Or sometimes I don't know what the fuck is happening. So I go back to vulnerability inquiry. I'm not afraid to feel this. No, I am afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. And then I go into, okay, so what do I need to do with it? Don't feel it. Don't. So then I know this already. This is a repression command. I know I'm throwing a lot of things at you, but that's how it goes. So I go into this, don't feel it, don't feel it, don't feel it, don't feel it, don't feel it. Usually when I fire this kind of stuff, it gets much more cramped, you know. But then I meet this, don't feel it, don't feel it, I'm afraid to feel it, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. But then something opens up and I'm like, no, man, I can feel it, man. It's okay to feel it, man. Like today at some point I was like, dude, I was dedicated on my path all my life. And the path brought this. So I want to feel it. So some spiritual warrior comes from within. I'm like, yeah. Okay, so what up? I'm sad. Yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad. And then it turned into like crying. So then there are no more words. Or sometimes, because I was recording to this person, and I was like, what is the thought that comes with it? What's the thought that comes with this? And it was like, so it was like kind of like moaning. There was no thought, but anyway, that was great. Although it can be scary. I mean, I guess it was scary. And, you know, my father lost his father and a bunch of stuff happened. He probably never did that, man. So then, of course, he has a heart attack, you know, at some point. So anyway, so there are different tools that we can use, but I wanted to focus on this body-mind mirroring. And it doesn't have to be so intense content. It could be something like, I don't know, there's something, oh, they don't like me. They don't like me. They don't like me in my gut here. They don't like me. They don't like me. What would they think of me? Or what, you know, can be something smaller or something. Doesn't have to be so intense. Any questions here?
Well, as you were talking about that, Mihai, I wondered about.
Hang on. Can you say it again?
I wondered if you could distinguish the body-mind mirroring from the rapid-fire inquiry, because it sounds like they're similar and maybe they kind of work together.
Yes. Yeah, they are kind of they are. It's kind of the same principle. If we were now to distinguish it intellectually, the body-mind mirroring is more like we can do it with any thought, any thought, anything at all. Yeah.
Not just trauma commands. Like you.
Yeah. What I've modeled now, what I explained, my example was actually I was rapid firing with repression commands and trauma commands. But you can do it with, you know, it's like just a slight thing, and then you're like, they judge me, man. I think they are judging me. They are judging me. They are judging me. They are judging me. And feel a little in the belly and say this. They are judging me. I don't know, when you go to work with kids or something, they are judging me, or they don't care about me. They don't care about me. Now the thing is, these thoughts, you know, like it's important to challenge them. You know, what do I get out of believing that they don't care about me? So you can use other tools. But anyway, I want, so they are basically, it's one and the same, body-mind mirroring in rapid fire. Yeah.
Trauma commands exactly.
Yeah, trauma commands are, in a regular psychology, they talk about that trauma happens and there are 4 responses: that fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. These are different ways in which, as mammals, we are responding to intense situation that's perceived threatening. Perceived is life-threatening or perceived life-threatening. For a child, many things can be like devastating and stuff. So in psychology, and they call those trauma commands: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. But what we discover, Scott discovered this, and then I verified it for myself, experientially in myself and other people, is that, well, we call trauma responses flight, freeze, or fawn. This is like intellectual, but in our actual experience, that response is some kind of energy contraction and a bunch of emotions. It's a lot of emotions mixed in, and a sense of some impulse, which has a meaningful thought in it. There is a thought that we are not conscious of. It's a very short thought. Like, give an example of trauma command. Run, or hide, run. What other trauma commands? Don't speak. Yeah, don't speak. We don't have freeze. It's like, freeze is like, yeah, it's freezing, but the message, there's a message there. It says don't speak, because she needed to not speak, because if she spoke, it would be much worse. Or no, don't hide, don't speak. For me, there's also, this is called attachment trauma, or something like a disruption in the attachment with the primary care, and the baby or the child has this intense distress, and the command is, and also the idea is to discover these commands in oneself, not to believe me and all of that. And actually there's ways to do that through reverse inquiry, and there will be something, and if you mind that, what does this say? Well, the trauma command will be for me: don't leave me, don't go, don't leave me. Like somebody would say to a parent: don't go, don't leave me, I need you, don't go, don't leave me.
And then it can get internalized, like flight, where just your heart's, but you're not running. So then I guess I'm thinking, for me, I probably damaged myself physically with that. But if I have flight, and if I had run, I could have expressed that, like the whole thing with Peter Levine and the animals.
Yeah.
How they wake up and they have a physical manifestation.
Yeah. In connection to what you say, so this having certain emotions, and then we are not consciously feeling them and not expressing them, that gets pushed down, and then where do they go? So there's correlated all these hard things, heart attacks or various other diagnoses.
And for me, the high blood pressure caused the stroke.
And to this day, it stays down. But when I get angry or afraid, I can get it out temporarily. So it's still, there's still times I've got to figure out
Yeah.
what do you do in that moment? Because when you were talking, I was thinking of going, I have a fluttering heart fear that probably turns to anger.
Yeah. All right. So let's well, what I would do, actually, if I were you, but let's say a little bit more. So let's bookmark this with you, with the flattery and all of that. So I discovered this, let's say, when we do repression work, as I bring bring up people in inquiry, and then we do these things like, I can say this is like a shotgun approach, that this will, it was something that will be a snag there for most people. Bring up people in my life and parents from the past, from the eyes of the child and all that, and I can say I can fully be myself. Or I can say and do whatever I want. Or I bring your parent, and it's like I can say and do whatever I want. I can fully be myself with him or her. I can show myself completely. Yeah. For me and for many people, it comes like no. And then like no. So that's a way to find the trauma command. There's a no, there's a contraction somewhere. No. I can say this. I can share my fully with them. I can no. See where it is. And then you ask that thing, okay, so what do I need to do then? Since no. And for me, it says I have to hide. That's trauma command. Also, trauma is not just like scary, but it's like often, let's say, in the life of a child, or in the times when we are small, or even 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say, imagine parents are fighting, and then the child is all the time feeling fear all the time, but doesn't even know it's feeling fear. And they are hearing all of this stuff, and then there's a constant state of stress, a constant state of so this is called developmental trauma, like all the time intense pressure continuously every day for a long time when we are developing. So then the child will be like, be nice, be good, or hide, or don't show it, don't speak. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true, right? So we think it's most of the time, I think 98% of the time or something. I mean, we think, oh, I'm unworthy. So there's the formation of deficiency story. It's my fault, I'm bad, or yeah, that's all true. Yeah. I'm trying to help you guys identify for you the trauma commands. For me, even like, okay, if I bring up there, say, oh, I can totally be fully real with her. I can be fully real. Would be like, no, meaning what? Be nice, be good, be nice, hide. So I will rapid fire this into the thing. These are for anger repression. As I do this for some time, be nice, all these images in my childhood. And so I'm like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. And I'm not going to be nice. I'm tired of being nice. I'm angry. Okay, I'm angry. Then here you can do, it's okay to be angry. In early stages of anger repression, the person will have, no, it's not. No. Yeah. Well, now they're angry, and it's totally okay to be angry now. At the beginning will be like, no. Okay, no, what do you need to do with it? Be quiet, or don't show it. Yeah. So which is the repression command. Yeah. So then we go with that. The ideas about these commands is that this is like a continuous program that fires all the time and guides our operating in the world with other people, but we are not aware of it. Yeah, and so by discovering it and making it conscious with body mind mirroring, we kind of basically getting to see the core operating system. And now this is going to bring some emotions, of course, but then these were formed by a child, you know, and now we are like be nice, hide. And after a bunch of emotions, we're like, fuck, no, I don't want to hide, man. Fuck that. Okay, start again. I can be fully real with her. No. So there are a bunch of cycles and emotions happening. But somehow, without having a major breakthrough, it's not like, oh yeah, I got it. I don't ever have to hide again, and I'm going to show myself completely, and from tomorrow it's all different. It doesn't work like that. No. However, what I notice with myself and others is that I gradually show up different. I gradually not doing that. I'm gradually more real, and I'm gradually acting as like a man, not as a scared boy, you know. But if I do the inquiry, it may still come as no, a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I can see how it is, but be nice, be good, and then make them happy. I just realized you talking, I don't
Yeah.
have to talk as much, sure. Something, but I'm trying to make them happy, and when someone's not happy with me,
Yeah.
I can't, I haven't experienced this lately, but couldn't sleep,
Yeah.
till it was better.
Yeah.
So that's probably something I need to investigate.
Yeah.
But it's okay if people aren't happy with me.
Yeah. Yes.
They're mad at me, that they dislike me, that they,
Yeah.
just the whole, to learn
Yeah.
to be okay with that.
Yes. So, okay. So we are talking, you know, I'm going to send you a little from the last workshop with Scott. We did 3 days, and then we have like a whole day. We were like doing a guided discovery of these trauma commands. And so it's good to identify them, trauma commands and repression commands and stuff like that. I would send this as an experiential homework. Okay, so for me, also another one was be careful. In this hide, there's also be careful, I can do this, I can, hey, be careful. And actually this has almost been, because it was dangerous times. And so obviously my father wanted me to be careful. Also, you can have this don't trust. They don't come up so much for me anymore, but don't trust, don't show, don't trust, be careful. So all of this. So it's important to discover the commands, the trauma commands and the repression commands. But what emotion, if I have this thing like, make them happy, be nice, be good, hide, be careful, don't feel, don't go, I need you, don't go. What emotion is behind this? Fear. Yeah. So it's fear. So that's what, at some point, there was a development with the work, which is like, I can fully be myself with her. No, be, or I can show myself completely. No, hide. But then jump from the command to the underlying emotion drives. I'm afraid, or I'm angry, or I, so going to the, if we see the map, if you remember the map, yeah, we are going to the very roots of the shit, which is fear of feeling, and also this, hatred and deep grief and all of that. Okay, so coming back to you, you asked me, yeah, actually, this is deep work. Like, because I had this, I remember I was at Hot Springs some 2 years ago, and then they have there, they say, be silent, just fucking shut up. They say there at the Hot Springs, right? It's in the dome. And then I guess people, new people or whatever, or they just can't be silent, or they are new and they go and they talk, and I'm there like, and it's like, ah. And so I remember that it was pissing me off, man. I was very pissed that, but I couldn't tell them, man. I mean, you could. I would be like, it's like afraid to. I was afraid. I was like, so I had to do inquiry. I can tell them. So there was all this underneath was fear. Fear of what? I'm afraid they will be upset with me, which is some kind of trauma. You know, basically all my childhood, I was trying to avoid people being upset with me, and there was this like, so I had to do things like, it's okay if people are upset with me. It's okay if they're upset with me. I don't mind. They can be totally upset with me. But now it will come this, no, I'm afraid. So the idea is to go with that, not to do like, oh, it's okay if they're upset with me, and be like, yeah, man. Yeah. No, because underneath is like, I'm afraid. So you are allowing these old energies to come to a surface. Yeah, so don't rush to the wind. Also with this emotional body-mind mirroring, I'm afraid, I'm sad. Sometimes it helps to, I'm sad because she's gone. Oh, I'm sad because I couldn't love her well. I'm sad because we are never going to do this again. So try to sometimes to give it a voice to the sadness. That is helpful, because actually it brings more sadness from one angle, because otherwise it may get too technical. And again, it's okay if they're upset with me. I don't mind. I can say whatever I want. If they're upset with me, I don't mind at all. No, I'm afraid. And almost like people will ask Scott, man, but this is crazy. We are trying here to not be, I am the presence, and there's no I. And now you want us to go into, I'm sad, I am afraid. What is this? It feels like identification. I'm getting identified with it, you know? But the idea is that no, it's like you can't intentionally identify somehow. So we are kind of making conscious these energies by fully allowing them. And ideally also you hear the words, I'm afraid. At some point, sometimes you can go into let these words say themselves, and you're just aware. Let them, as if you are an alien, and they say themselves, I'm afraid that what? And see what it says. Oh, they won't love me. Okay, so now this is juicy. It's like, oh, they won't love me. It's totally okay if they won't love me. They like turn away from me, and they'll be like, no, I'm afraid. Don't speak, don't say anything. I'm afraid. So these are kind of ways to process the somatic roots of these programs, that just some level 1 KI leaves them with the roots there, just like witnessing one. And level 1 KI, which is still very good, level 1 KI is dealing with the second dimension. Don't worry about it. Meaning that the level 1 KI will be like this. And that's what I was doing. And actually at the Hot Springs, after some time, I did this in a moment. And then I was like, I could say it, hey guys, shh. And I was like, it felt like, whoa, this is cool. and then I'm doing that now. So, in a short time. But level 1 KI or second dimension KI, you are not going to somatic roots, but it's still helpful. It's like this. I can say and do whatever I want, even if they get upset. No, I'm afraid. Okay. What do I get out of making them happy? You do utility inquiry. What do I get out of trying to make them happy? And see what comes. They will get to love me. They don't withdraw their love. Okay, let's stay with that. They don't withdraw their love. Okay, so I'm going to, so look at this. I need to avoid conflict so they don't withdraw their love. See that? Yeah. Okay. I don't need to compromise it's okay if they withdraw their love. No. So, it's good, but it doesn't get to the which are in us, these energies, But coming back, you asked me what to do. I would go for the emotion. When you feel flattery or something because something happened and they are upset, don't try to solve it. More me like, just meet what's happening, make it conscious. Like, I'm afraid now. I'm afraid, and fire this into the energy. I'm afraid, I'm scared. What I like to do, once I make it conscious, I repeat it for some time. I like to drop the words like, okay, so I'm afraid, I'm scared. I want to feel this now. And just witness and allow these energies. Yeah, so we use those repeating of the words to more like know what we are dealing with and prime it. But sometimes, yeah, I just, because ultimately it's an energy. So as the story thins out, to kind of give more space to this energy. Yeah.
Like with the hot springs, you expressing yourself in a way kind of released. I mean, that what could have been becoming more like repression, right? So it's like,
yeah. I mean, I was angry, and the anger was justified. I mean, justified in a way that, hey man, this is silence here, and then this is annoying. You're annoying me, and this is disrespectful. Yeah. I mean, disrespectful. They might not have known. There were maybe some Koreans. They didn't know. They were just chatting there, whatever. You know what I mean? So, but the problem was that the right response would be like, hey guys, silence here. That's it. End of story. But I had this fear of conflict, fear of somebody to be upset with me. Yeah.
what about
Fear of that. And then this was from childhood, and then it will stop me. So I need to do some stuff in order to overcome my fear. And then I can express my truth, like, hey, can you please don't speak?
That's like where the repression, where you're fully feeling. But I guess there are times that you can't, like when you had to go to work today, or so you just need to be able to continue that full expression at some point, to not hold it and become another repression.
Yeah, so I needed to contain it, because I don't just do spiritual work and psychological work all day, because it doesn't work like that. So I needed to function. From one angle, when you are repressed and suppressed, it's easier to function because you are doing this all the time. But at the same time, there's a lot of cost that will catch up with us. But as As I'm not doing that, then I'm much more sensitive and much more feeling, which is good from the spiritual path point of view. But it's more uncomfortable. So I can, as they said in Mankind Project, is okay, it sucks. I feel I'm sad and I'm afraid, and like, I wish I had 3 hours to process, but I don't. So my father's program is useful now. Hey, I have to be strong, I have to get it together, and we can do it. Basically, we got all this stuff from our ancestors to function. And so I got it together, and actually it wasn't too hard. And then I had a session, and actually another session, and I actually felt pretty good. And my stuff wasn't there anymore. Yeah.
I would make a note of it, because what I notice is I'll forget, and it'll happen, and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna do that later.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right. I never, when it comes up again, oh, that's right, I talked about.
Because it didn't really feel my struggle probably happened from depression. Because it's definitely, elevated blood pressure goes with my emotions.
Yeah.
And I noticed, I think when I couldn't express it because I'm a good girl, it was turned in on myself.
Yeah. So good girl, this is anger repression, called
Yeah.
term. Good girl is, good girl, because a good girl is not going to express, to say what bothers you and to say this and that. So that's, go ahead, anger repression. It's good to find the primary. Many people have a primary repression. Although ultimately, I think they are all of them somehow repressed. Some of us have we can go into anger easily, or can go into sadness. So depends for people. Some people, it's really, really scary to go into anger. And so for some other people, it's really, really scared to allow sadness. And it's really comfortable to express anger, so it's different things.
Yeah, it's hard for me to have show anger.
Yeah.
You see me grieve plenty.
Yeah.
But I do feel like even that has a tiny bit of holding back. There's like this little bit of.
Yeah.
The grieving.
So this tool, because you go underneath the psychology and all of the why, which is good to look at the why and the psychology for a little bit, but then to this body mind mirroring, intentional rapid fire, go straight for the emotion. I'm angry, or I'm sad, I want to feel this now. It's okay to feel this. I'm not afraid to feel it. If there's no resistance, we feel and allow. If there is resistance, that's some repression command. It's okay to feel this. No. Or okay, so there is this. Another thing I want to say here. There is the feeling channel, and then there's the expressing / showing of my feeling channel, which are somehow different things. Like in my example, I was doing with someone in my family, I would be like, I can fully be real with them. I can fully be real. Will come, no, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. Then they'll get angry. I'll be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm angry with you. I'm so tired of your shit. Fuck you, fuck you. It's okay to be angry. Yes. I want to feel this. Yes. I can show this to her. No. Be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. And of course, there is something that I don't want to tell somebody in my family like that. Fuck you, man, I'm so tired of your shit and all that. Like, no, I don't want to. But still, that is very important from the, so sometimes just playing with those inquiries, just to bring more like, no, don't. Okay, so I will go back into be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. And then go anger. I can feel I can show this to her. No. and I could do it with my father in a different way. It would be other, but at some point, sometimes with me was a big breakthrough early on when I was working with Scott, that I had all this, I didn't even know about this repression work, but something I could show my anger, I can feel and show my anger to my dad. And so my dad was scary from the eyes of the child, and there was no option. I was totally cautious and afraid and careful. And because anyway, so he kept poking me. No, I can show it. No, no, because this and he kept doing it. And then it got so like, and then I was like, yes. And he would be like, okay, do it now. I mean, my father died, but it was in this almost like a journey space. And I was like, Dad, how can you do this and that? And it's like, so I kind of expressed, I kind of was upset with him and shared my upset and yelled and all of that. Told him some bunch of stuff. And there was like, whoa, it was like shaking. And it was like very cool, super cool. And after that, whenever I did the inquiry, I could show my anger to him. It would be like, yeah, because I did it somehow. I don't know. There was, but once again, for anger repression, the end result is not to be like, fuck you. Although sometimes that might be very appropriate and would be a great accomplishment and success. But ultimately, the goal is to be real. I mean, of course, respectful, and to put boundaries, to say no, to, I mean, of course, there are people that say dangerous is not, you have to be smart,
When you go in to see what your command is, just remember it doesn't have to be the words that he said, it might be something totally different. So one of them, I just remember another one of mine was, take it. Like I just have to take it. Wherever horrible things coming, I just have to take it. So, it would be unique to you. And also, it's not an adult, it's usually not an adult sentence. It's usually like really succinct and very childlike, because that's the next one.
Yeah. Could be also this repression command, I can't. For guys, many guys, if you were to the fear, know that I can show my fear. It will be like, or show my fear or sadness. It will come, hey, don't be a pussy, you're weak. These kind of programs. Fear of being vulnerable. Fear of being vulnerable, yeah. Fear of being vulnerable. What? Not wanting to. Yeah, and probably he doesn't want to be vulnerable with you. And all right, so any let's let me pause this here.